The Pat Jones Show, an inside look at Oklahoma State University Cowboy football. Brought to you by Johnson's of Kingfisher and Chickasha, your Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth dealers. And by Pepsi, the choice of a new generation. Now, here is Oklahoma State head coach Pat Jones with your host, Jerry Park.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Pat Jones Show. Oklahoma and Oklahoma State on a very wet field in Norman, Oklahoma. Typical Bedlam game. Pat, was it the kind of game that you expected?
Jerry, this thing has usually been what I would consider a real tough man's game. And because I think of the weather, their quarterback situation, the way we are offensively, I think that's exactly what it was. I think two pretty good football teams, or one good football team and one struggling football team, just kind of lined up toe-to-toe and hammered each other for a pretty good while. It was a very physical game. The people that were down there, I'm sure, could tell it and see it. But, no, I got to give OU credit for not turning the ball over. I thought that if we didn't turn the ball over on our side of the field, we would have a legitimate chance to win, and I think we did. But, again, I thought it was a tough physical ball game. That's what we thought going in.
How about the weather? Was it a factor on either side?
Well, probably a little bit, maybe. I'm just guessing from their standpoint. I don't think they were going in thinking they wanted to throw a lot. Very, very guarded in what they were doing throwing the football. We were too, although we threw it a little bit more. The footing was not that bad. Surprisingly enough, for that kind of weather, I don't think either team lost a fumble. We threw a couple of interceptions, but really I think both teams did a very good job of protecting the football, again, when people are really getting after each other and when the weather's so bad. It
was also a great game for Raphael Denson.
Well, Denson had a good night. He's been getting better and better and better. And we knew going in that Oklahoma has got a extremely talented, very well coached defensive unit. They can really, really run well. Going to be a tough day. He broke a run. Did some good-looking things. You know, Gaddis, their tailback. Gaddis played extremely well. I didn't realize he had quite as many yards as he did. First time I had seen him with my own eyes since before he got hurt a couple of years ago, and the guy really slashed well. He showed maybe a little bit more quickness than I thought. I didn't really know what I was going to see. Their fullbacks are big, strong people, but again, it was just a slug-it-out deal. We did not, Jerry, blitz quite as much as we normally have because of the footing, because we're getting a little bit better, but tough physical game.
It was a typical Bedlam football game. We'll take a look at the highlights of Oklahoma and Oklahoma State when the Pat Jones Show continues in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to the Pat Jones Show. We're talking Bedlam football. Oklahoma won the toss and deferred to the second half. Pat, you took the football, but you're going into the wind.
Yeah, the wind was coming out of the south pretty good. We almost decided to take the win, but we didn't want to give them an extra possession. Harmon does a nice job on the return, gets it back across the 20-yard line. You could tell from the outset of this thing what kind of ball game it's going to be. We tried to throw a quick screen early on. Burt slipped down here a little bit. Again, the footing really was not that bad. That stuff they've got down there, footing, turf speaking, is a little bit better when it is wet. Here's Ford. You can see a quarterback draw. We were being pretty guarded going into the wind on our end of the field. I thought by and large our punting game, Barry Vincent had a good day punting. He hit one of them kind of off the side of his foot. They go over there and try to field it and slip out of bounds. But you can see here we're not doing a whole lot of blitz stuff. Again, it's a little bit scary when you're unsure of footing. Plus our interior people, defensive, that front crew, it's continued to get better. And they made some yards, but you could see what we were doing. We were doing a couple of things, trying to make the ball bounce outside. They adjusted to it pretty good. Gilden had gummed things up on their basic play, which is off-tackle power type stuff. Second down and 10, you can down. Now Collins, Wiseau comes out. Garman had the thing pretty much defended, and Collins faked him and made a nice little run there. But here's their counter play. Satterwhite misses him right there. Woolridge. Carlos Irving, short game. Moved the ball here a little bit, but you could tell it was going to be this kind of deal. There's people really getting after it all across the front. I told our guys, told them at halftime they tried to go deep and overthrow him, but it was just kind of like what we call a big inside run drill. I mean, both people just in there trying to slug it out with each other.
They're forced to punt.
They're forced to punt, and he hits it out of the end zone. Again, we had trouble getting field position, but when you're driving against this kind of defensive unit here and against the wind, Denson for nothing, it's not easy, okay? Play action, Ford's coming back. Tried to throw a little check-through deal, and they batted down. I was afraid they were going to intercept that, but third down here. Now we come out and run the sprint draw. Again, Denson, nice run. OU can really, really run. I've got a great deal of respect for their defensive unit. Okay, Vincent comes in, punts. Now but we get a pretty good bounce here. Ball's taken off. Get out the way. Okay, Robert, there we go. We're going to down it around their 30-yard line. Okay, they come out, hit. Now he does hit the bounce and, okay, get outside. Nothing going there. We had it defended extremely well. And our defensive unit has played, I think, the last month, I think, good, solid football. Trap game, they hit some traps on us later on. Okay, here's the kick out of the power play. Gaddis, again, Woolridge, Carlos Irving, not a whole lot going here.
There's not a problem with your television set. Sometimes the bad weather causes a little problem with some of the satellites, and that's what you're seeing here on this series, Pat.
I'm seeing a good Oklahoma defense on this series here. No, but again, okay, here we're trying to run the sweep. You can see now I think he got a face mask call right there. I called it, and Corey Mayfield told me to quit officiating. I told Corey just to give me one call, and he grinned, and I grinned, and here we went about our business. But again, Denson, we played Denson a little bit more. We didn't play Berrien, and not because Russell had done anything wrong, and he's a good back in his own right. Denson continues to improve, continues to get better. We were not unrealistic going into this defensive unit here, but again, he's continuing to do some good things. But these people are hard to block. There's no secret about that. They've been ranked among the top 10 or top people in the country defensively most of the year. Tried to throw back that little tight end delay going on and couldn't hit him. Okay, come in and punt the ball again. This is a little bit scary here. They're going to get the ball, good coverage. Our coverage groups did a good job. Was there a clip? Wasn't there a clip called or something?
Yeah,
clip called there.
Okay,
they're going to try to fake it and fake that little quick screen looking thing that we threw earlier and go deep. We had the deep part of it covered, and Collins wisely dumped the ball off to long and made a little bit here. All right, here's one of the fullbacks. Rashid, again, they're playing the Rashid McKinley. Looked like pretty much interchangeable to us. All right, just straight ahead power, and did hit a crack right there. Gaddis did hit one and made a nice run. That's the first time they had hit a crease on us. Okay, here they come back out. Trap again. Art Davis and company made a few yards, but didn't really gash us there. All right, here again, the off-tackle power. We bounced it, got it outside where we wanted it. Okay, Cannon and Michael Woolridge. All right, come run. Okay, now run a reverse. Yeah, okay, makes a little bit, but not much. Not much. Good job, Elmer Williams. Good job, Garmin. Okay, here they're trying to run the fullback again. Gets hit right in the head, loses a yard or doesn't make anything.
No gain for Rashid.
No gain here. Okay, now run the fullback again. He spins and makes a little bit. Okay, here they're trying to run some play action here. And they were unbalanced, which we knew, and they got a guy deep and did get the ball off, and Mickey caught it. Now they turn around and run the fullback again. He just kind of bulls his way into the end zone. Okay, you can see how foggy and everything else, and it's getting right there. You can barely see that. Oklahoma leads Oklahoma State 7-0. You can see there's the rain picking up here. The rain was hard at times, and then it would stop. Unusual. It did not really get, to me, a whole lot colder as the game went on.
Heavy rain now.
Heavy rain right now. Again, Burt Milner, nice little return here. First quarter's fixing to wrap up very, very shortly. We're going to run a sweep. Okay, you can see the team speed of OU showing up. But the first quarter is going to end with us trailing OU 7-0. Heck of a football game.
A rainy day in Norman, Oklahoma. We'll be back with second quarter highlights on the Pat Jones Show in just a minute.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Pat Jones Show. In Norman, Oklahoma, it is a sometimes very wet, sometimes perhaps a little bit dry day. Pat, we pick up the action. It is wet at this point. You have the ball 2nd and 10 in the 27.
Well, and we've got the wind at our back now. Sprint draw. Okay, coming back, same action. Got a little bit of pressure off of the corner, and I think Kenny, I don't think we got sacked. He got pressure because they're good pass rushers, but I don't know that we got sacked. I thought probably it was Kenny's best day as far as getting rid of the ball and doing the kind of things under pressure that a guy has got to do without throwing interceptions or panicking or any of this kind of stuff. All right, they bounce it outside. Our strong safety kind of got hung up inside the thing. We had it pretty well played. I couldn't tell what happened when it did occur, but he just got hung up in the blocks and they bounced outside. Okay, trying to run the fullback again. Satterwhite, our interior people, Woolridge, Art Davis, again Cannon out there, so not much happening. Again, they had made a little bit on the perimeter. Again, okay, they're trying to throw going into a little bit of wind. Couldn't get it hit. We had it covered. Not a real kind of day you want to throw and catch for either football team. Okay, nothing going here. You can see defensively, at times we were doing a little bit of jumping around, but not a whole lot exotic. We have done some of that in other years against these guys, but again, we have continued to get better, and we almost blocked that when Gilden did. We just had a pretty soft type of situation defensively, our front call, and Gilden almost came out of it. Okay, here's a little misdirection sprint. Come on, get outside and run. Tuck that ball and get down. This was a same play we've been run off a little bit different type of action, which we had a little bit of success with. Okay, pitch to Denson on the sweep, making a little bit, hard fought. Again, okay, here's the same action again. Told him to run the ball. They had a stunt on. We got them wadded down inside. Good job, Kenny Ford. Here's the same play coming up again. I think as the game wore on, their perimeter people started playing this a little bit better, but they had a stunt on. Kenny gets outside and does a nice job running. Again, I thought, considering under the conditions and under the pressure and as talented as well coached as OU is defensively, I thought this was one of Ford's better performances. Okay, again, now see, they had it played out there, and he threw the ball in the dirt wisely. Okay, play action here, good protection, good time. They had him covered. He just tucks the ball and runs. But again, he's handling things pretty good, in my opinion.
Sure is.
It's not anything real dramatic, but, okay, we tried to throw a little flood-looking thing to the fullback and couldn't get it caught. Now Vincent comes, okay, punts the ball. All right, then does a nice job, kicks it out of bounds. Where are they going to mark it?
No, they'd be winning the
I'm sorry, it did. Yeah, I thought it was going to go out of bounds down our sideline.
Looked like it was.
In the end zone, but again, they're going to have poor field position going into the wind. And again, you can see it now stopped raining, but it's obviously very wet. Made it bounce outside. Woolridge, nice play. Satterwhite, great effort. Okay, now they're going to run their little bit of option. Crack hit a little bit of a crease, not much. Good job, Andre Thompson, 93. Good angles, good job of things. Good job here. You can see there's Carlos Irving. Boy, this body's flying all over everywhere when everybody's got the ball. Picked the first down. He hit a crack right here. Thought he might run through the secondary, but why Gaddis is really slashed. Okay, good job. You can see we've got a little corner stunt on down here at the bottom with number 2, Carlos Irving. Okay, Collins, so there's Irving right there. Okay, there's Garman.
Gaines.
Right, Wendell Gaines and the other fellas. But again, I got to give OU credit for protecting the football. Wrap up, men, wrap up. That ball guy, he was down there. That's the only time I think, best I remember, that ball even came trickling out of either squad. Okay, tried to run a little dump back looking thing, and Collins gets outside, nothing going. I will say this, like I was remarking about Ford. I thought they did a good job. Their Collins did a good job, again, of not panicking, of running when you ought to run, throw it up when you got to throw it away, though they were not attempting much in the throwing game. Okay, they had knocked out a couple of first downs and got off a pretty good punt here. Okay, we catch it at about the, 15, 16, 17-yard line. If we could have stopped them without a first down, you might have had some field position. Okay, Roger Franks, the fullback, makes 4 or 5 yards here. I thought he looked pretty good running a couple times, so we decided to run him again. Good job, Roger. I believe we get the first down there.
First down there. He picks up 6.
Okay, just running the simple blast inside. Denson, great effort. You can see how he's not much, but again, come on, get the end knocked down, men. All right, boy, this is, who is this, Cheatwood?
Cheatwood.
Oh, well, again, I keep saying this. Boy, he is a good little old football player. Come on now, fullback, tailback, get that guy knocked down. Ford, nice throw under pressure. Okay, good job of catching the ball, Cheatwood. We make a first down, I think, there again,
right.
Did we, Jerry? Okay.
And 41.
And then run the fullback again for nothing. But, again, run the fullback again.
Picks up 4.
Picks up 4. But you can see that they ate the flag on that one, and it was a good call. They had one of their guys flying over the pile. Shouldn't have been called. Again, Ford under pressure. Just basically, hey, if we're not going to catch it, throw it in the dirt, and that's okay too. This is the only time now Vincent, and this might have been fairly big here. We had a chance to pin him way down in there, and he mishit one. So now they're down the 23, 22-yard line.
22-yard line.
McKinley, and again, both those fullbacks are big, strong guys. Running some play action themselves and coming out on the corner. From where I was standing, good job, Mike Clark. This happened right in front of me. I thought Mike had a chance for a second to intercept this ball because it hung pretty good, and it was good job. That's a good job, Mike Clark. Okay, now they're going to come back. I run the tailback again. There's Gilden. I can't see who else that was that hit him first in there. Okay, Elmer Williams, 97. There's Gilden right there. There's Elmer Williams. There's Woolridge. There comes Wendell Gaines. Good job.
They're forced to punt.
They're forced to punt. Okay, they're going to hit it. Hit it a little bit low. All right, and we got a little bit fortunate here with bounce. Get away from the ball men, so we're going to have decent field position here.
From the 41.
Late in the half, you can see the clock down at the bottom. All right, Kenny comes back and throws it, and they tip it. Okay, there's an interference call. Yeah,
Defensive interference.
Yeah,
right.
Defensive interference, which, again, that one happened. I'm not trying to officiate it here. I would have called it, but there it goes right there. But, boy, they're aggressive in the secondary. They do a good job. Their coverages are sound. They do a good job getting after things. Again, now we've got a chance. It's out in midfield, and I was wanting us to just kind of continue to fire. All right, he hit that one up there. Good job, Cheatwood. Repeat. See, there's only 39 seconds left in the half. If we could have hit about one more, we had a chance to get down in there and kick it a field goal. Okay, Kenny comes, that's the same play again. Kenny comes back and
Cheatwood he gets hit every play.
Well, he gets hit quite frequently, but that's okay. That's part of football. That's if you're out there and you in one of these, you're going to get hit. 30 seconds left. Kenny under pressure. Again, throws it where if we can't catch it, no one can catch it. 29 seconds left. Comes back, play action. Okay, under a lot of pressure. Same deal right there. Okay, come back here again.
Just fourth down.
Yeah, okay, get that guy knocked down. Okay, couldn't ever get his feet set, and we're trying to throw. I just couldn't bring myself to punt there. Now, I got a little bit irritated right off down here. They were just kind of running the ball and basically trying to run the clock out because I couldn't really see. So where I stand, and they started hitting some creases right in here. And, again, I was afraid they were going to get off down in there, and they did have a chance at a field goal. They're just running gas. Good job, Garmin, to make the tackle out in there.
They get down to the 23, and they try the field goal.
I know it. I got a little bit hot under the collar, and they came in. Blanton hit a line shot in the half ends. Again, 7-0. OU, but hard fought, very, very competitive contest.
We'll be back to talk about the first half of Oklahoma State and Oklahoma when the Pat Jones Show continues after these messages. We're at halftime of the Bedlam battle between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. Pat, time to get into the locker room, a little regroup, a little drying off, a little warming up?
Well, I wasn't any real drying off or warming up, but again, I had gotten a little bit irritated at our defensive unit, and maybe unnecessarily so, but right there late in the half, I couldn't bring myself to make us punt when we had the ball down in there. I wanted just kind of to fire away and see if we could hit something. Fourth down, we did, and they get it back, and they were content to hammer the ball, and they almost broke a couple, and they had a chance at a makeable field goal, but we just kind of got in there, and there wasn't, and talked about things. There wasn't anything real exotic happening. It was going about like what we needed to go. Know what we got in store for us at the start of the second half. Defensively, I was a little bit concerned because I thought we had lost a little bit of momentum right at the end of the half. They're going to have the ball first, and that was real crucial for us to go back out and stop them and get in the frame of mind. So we, to put it mildly, kind of incited our guys a little bit, our defensive front people particularly, going out there. Of course, we'll see here in a minute. We do go out there and stop them, and this thing gets even more interesting. But nothing real exotic. We know it's going to be hard to move the football against them. We've got to play well to hang in there and have a chance, which we did. And we got to do some good things in the kick game, which by and large we did. So, again, nothing really unique going on in there. Hey, it's just, again, like I said from the outset, let's get ready to go back and play a tough man's game and see what we're all about. I think we did that, and I think on the same hand, you did that.
Well, now, Gaddis had 125 yards in the first half, but about 35 of those came on those last three plays. And this is what you're telling your defense. Let's get back into the intensity you had earlier.
Well, exactly, and that was surprising. I didn't realize he ended up with 200-something yards for the day, which is a great day for any back. There was kind of a quiet 100 and whatever yards. Again, right there at the end of the half, he broke a couple. But it wasn't like they were hitting creases every time. I mean, they played well. I got to give them credit. On the same hand, it was a quiet, in my opinion, 100-plus yards. Effective, but quiet.
Well, it's 7-0. Oklahoma over Oklahoma State at the half. We'll be back with second half highlights on the Pat Jones Show following these messages. Welcome back to the Pat Jones Show. It's 7-0 as we begin the second half. And Pat, as we begin the action here, we don't have the kickoff. Offsetting penalties, personal foul on both teams on the kickoff. Yeah,
there was a little bit of this going on. I didn't really ever think it got out of hand, but at all. Okay, again, we bounce it right outside. Again, this is a very crucial series for us defensively. This play right here is unfolding for us just like it needs to. Gilden slugging it out with their fullback and the linebacker stepping around. Here they run a little bit of play action, come out and throw the ball and over everybody, but tough day for throwers and catchers, okay? They try to go deep right here. he threw this ball very nicely. That would have been an awful tough catch, and they couldn't get it done. But okay, now we're going to get the ball somewhere around midfield. Good job catching it. Burt Milner. Scotty Harmon got his hand banged up. I'm not sure how. He might have a little broken bone in there. But okay, forward comeback. Now we're going to try to go downtown. We thought we had gotten open on a post earlier and couldn't get the ball to him. Overthrew that and try to come back and run the draw to Franks. Nothing cooking here. Play action again. Good protection. They have it covered. Kenny gets outside, okay, and escapes this thing. And fire, boy, this is a great scramble and great catch. Great job, Robert Kirksey, right here. Repeat of it. Again, this is broken play scramble, but these are the kind of things that need to happen in this type of ball game, in my opinion. You can see protection. He bounces outside. Does a good job of avoiding the rush right here. Kirksey comes open, back in behind him, and he finds him and lays it out there. Nice, great job, Robert Kirksey. Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 7. Okay, we come out and run the little misdirection sprint. I thought from the sideline he was going to score. Now the ball's, okay, here's the same play. All right, if we get this guy cut here, it would help a little bit, but they stay up, and Kenny's running hard. Okay, throw yourself at the goal line. He's right down there on it. We're right on the goal line right now. Run a sneak. Of course, you can't tell anything, obviously, from the bench area. It looked like the officiating crew was all, none we're going to call much, but we get hit in the back right there. Again, they're penetrating on the goal line. There's the 4th down play. Okay, golly. I don't know whether we got a repeat. Okay, we don't have a repeat of it. Okay, again, big play. I thought that was really crucial down in there, obviously, and I got to credit OU's defensive unit on that deal here. Now, our defensive unit is really going to battle here hard. We got offsides a couple times. Long count drew us off. One of our guys saying they were jerking the ball, but what have you, they still called it on us, and they again run this little thing and bounce it to the outside. Not much, but they're making some first downs right off their own goal line. Okay, again, bounce it outside. Nothing here. All right, Cornell Cannon, Art Davis. Back to the series on the goal line. Again, you get down in there, and my initial remarks after the ball game were, if you don't knock it in from down there, you probably don't deserve to win one. That sounds a little bit harsh, but again, in this kind of ball game, you get it in that part of the field. You just got to do it. You got to get it done, and we didn't. Good job, Burt Milner, on the punt return. Now we've got the ball back down there, a decent field position. Try to run a little bit of a bootleg ourselves, and they had it played well. All right, sprint draw. Okay, here goes Denson. All right, watch this right here. Now he gets it over field. Again, this was happening away from me. Couldn't tell, but I knew he had hit air and was running hard. Good looking run here. There you go, Raphael Denson. I mean, that's why this guy's going to be as good as advertised. Again, he's a good worker, and he's gained 10 pounds. You can see he ran through a tackle right there. He ran through a tackle right here. Gets loose down the sideline. Of course, they've got enough speed to get out there and get anybody pinned up, but good run. So we've answered. Now we're back down on their 30-yard line again. All right, here's the sweep. Nothing going. All right, they build a good wall, and we can't move it. All right, here comes Kenny back. Play action again. All right, we've got a little bit of pressure, and this was the only, I thought, ill-advised throw that he made. We busted a little bit of a route, or I won't say busted, but the guy adjusted, and Kenny didn't realize what he was doing and came back out and threw the interception. Now, this is a good play right here by Chaucer Funches, 57, coming back out on a bootleg. I can't remember whether this was the same unbalance they had done before. It might have been. Okay, good job of stripping that ball, Carlos Irving and Chaucer Funches, and getting it out. Thought we might intercept it. All right, they're going to run some play action themselves. All right, Collins. Okay, the ball just slipped out of his hand. Incomplete pass, no fumble. Incomplete pass. Okay, now we forced them to punt. Okay, they come in, hit a short punt. Okay, Burt, he'll take a few chances every now and then. Okay, and didn't get anything off, but we've got decent field position. Okay, run a draw ourselves and get hit in the head. Boy, they recover well. One thing, we're very similar to each other offensively, so each people's defense has seen this kind of stuff out of each other all season long. Burt Milner, Burt is a little guy, and he tends to get slung around quite a bit. When he caught this ball, I thought he had made a first down or was right at it. Came back and tried to make a move back to the inside, which I can't fault. Now let's get up the field. Again, he's kind of one of these mighty Mike type people, but I'd like to see him get a first down, but good effort on Burt's part. There's the misdirection sprint, and they batted down. Got to get that guy cut out there if that thing's going to be any kind of effective. Okay, we come in. Vincent hits this ball good. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it's going to go out the end zone. But again, he hit it well. We're going downwind, but it's 7-0. We've been down there twice. Again, the the series on the goal line I come back to I thought was real big here. All right, there's their off-tackle power play. Michael Woolridge, Funches, Cornell Cannon. Little spin option right here. He hits a little bit of a crack right there. Not much, but just a little bit of a crack. Good effort.
That's enough for a first down.
Yeah, good effort, Michael Woolridge here. All right, run the trap. You can see they're attacking us to the split inside a little bit here with their spin option, their trap game. Okay, run the trap again. Okay, good. Come on, Arthur Davis. Let's wrap up. I was afraid our defense was going to get worn down here a little bit because it was of the physical nature of it and the way we're just hammering each other. But again, going into the fourth quarter, it's still 7-0 Oklahoma, and we've had a couple opportunities, but still a heck of a ball game.
An exciting fourth quarter of Bedlam action on the Pat Jones Show when we continue after we take this timeout. Welcome back to the Pat Jones Show. Fourth quarter Bedlam action between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. It is a tight football game, 7-0 Oklahoma. Sooners are driving from their own 48, Pat.
Well, you can see the win. They've got the win at their back now. I think it was so crucial that we didn't get one in. There's their Gaddis breaking a little run off right here. Could tell what that was. When we had the win at our back, again, I think that was a very crucial exchange. Now, they're moving it a little bit. I couldn't tell that's quarterback draw or a quick game or what have you here. We did run a blitz here, I think, if I remember correctly.
Funches got it.
Yeah, and get all over him. I was afraid he's going to weasel out of this deal here, but we do get a hold of him. So, okay, here's Gadsden. He did. This is good hard runner. He's a strong guy. The guy's a strong slashing runner. Boom, right there. Okay, come on, man. We're grabbing around a little bit right in here. This is, I give Gaddis credit, I guess, but I thought we were wilting a little bit here defensively, which irritates me. I'm getting a little bit greedy with this defensive unit because I think they're better. They're capable of playing better than that right there, and they had throughout most of the afternoon. That in that little series right there, and the one right at the end of the half. I think it's the only time I felt that way about us. Okay, play action, go deep. Okay, they had it pretty much covered, but we're trying to hit one, throwing in the wind, which is not easy for us at best. Okay, here's a sweep. Okay, nothing going. Again, their perimeter speed and their veteran players make anything real tough. Okay, threw that and behind. There's a nice interception on these guys' part right here. Threw it just a tad behind him. They made an interception. And I think there was a penalty or something that went on right in there. And
dead ball foul.
Yeah, dead ball foul, right. Now they've got the ball off down in here, and they run the trap, and he hits it. I can't fault us like defense because they took the ball over. That was I think the only time maybe that we did turn the ball over, other than one other, maybe did one other time. So I'm wanting this thing not to get out of hand. And again, it goes from 7-0 to 21-0 right pretty quickly. Isn't that what the score is, Jerry?
Yeah, it's 21-0. It took about a minute for them.
Yeah, and again, so it's going to be hard, obviously, for us to really have a realistic chance to win it. But I think we deserve a little bit better fate than that. Okay, we're still coming out now. You got to remember we're going into a little bit of wind. Okay, he flips the ball out there to Milner. Nothing going. Again, good job by OU's defense. Let's get back in the huddle and get the next play call. Okay, Kenny, good job right here. Good job, Robert Kirksey. Protection was good, and he did a nice job of zinging the ball in here. Okay, here we go right here. You can see this, all right? It's a good job. Let's set and throw. Okay.
It was a roughing the passer.
Oh, yeah, okay. There's a bang deal. I didn't see it when it occurred. Just what little of it I observed right there. It didn't look flagrant or anything. Just good competitive football. All right, Kenny coming back and throwing to the outside. Dimitri Markham, great effort right here on him. He's still limping around some on that ankle. See him kind of getting up kind of gingerly there, but this is a good competitive catch and run by him. He's had the ankle injury now for about a month. We're playing him some, and he's a guy that's going to be a good football player. Okay, sprint draw. Denson, okay, a little bit of a crack here. Picks up five. So we got us a little bit of a drive going here. Same thing right here, not much. But we're out there around midfield. All right, I don't know what I'm thinking. Probably get a touchdown, I suppose. All right, good to see Roger Franks knock the end down. Okay, Denson, tough yardage, but we're getting positive stuff. At least we're not getting hit completely in the head. All right, here he comes back again. Bang, right there. Turns somebody loose from the backside. Incomplete pass. Good job of hustling Roger Franks anyway. All right, here we come back again. All right, play action again. All right, got some pressure. Let's see what it is. This is a fourth down play, wasn't it?
4th and 8.
4th and 8, yeah. Great effort on Kenny Ford's part right here. Really good job, Kenny. That's fourth down. We're going for it. Okay, he comes back, the play action. All right, you can say, all right, that's good job here. That's a good job of Ford, keeping his presence. Get up the field. Let's go. Be a football player. Get the first down. I stepped out back in there, but Okay, here he goes. All right. Trying to throw a little hitch and go. All right, Kirksey, boy, that's a great effort here. Good job, Robert Kirksey. Good job, Kenny Ford. Thought we could kind of bluff them up into it a little bit and go over the top right there. Okay, get over the top of them. Good job, Robert Kirksey. Again, I've talked a lot about Kirksey throughout the course of this season, and again, that effort right there just typifies what he's gotten done. I didn't see this when it happened. Okay, their jumper just got it in the middle. I turned to say something, and you're a boom, boom, and there it goes right here. There's Coach Gundy and Kirk. But again, Robert is really competing hard. This was a deep squib. We were a little bit afraid of just kicking away to him into the wind and getting a big return. So we did. We don't want to get the ball down the field a little bit further than that. Didn't. All right, counterplay. Satterwhite. Okay, good job right here. Chaucer Funches. Repeat of it.
That's the way you teach them to do it, isn't it?
Well, yep, it is. Again, Satterwhite gumming things up. He's all over the pulling lineman and forces it to bounce outside. Good tackle by Funches, and here we go. Again, it's 21-6. There's enough time left if something real dramatic, we missed a tackle right in there, something real dramatic happens, but if they protect well, come on now, Brandon Colbert, let's tackle better. But we stop them. They punt. All right, now we're going to have a long way to go, and unless just something real crazy happens, it's going to be hard for us, obviously, into the wind under these situations. Okay, here's Kenny, back to throw again. Okay, they've got him covered pretty good. That one right there, you know, I told him, hey, just don't get impatient. Let's don't get out there and get sloppy with it. This is good, serious by us defensively. I told defense, hey, let's go out there and play hard. And, boy, you've played well all afternoon. Let's don't let them get another touchdown, and we didn't. Off tackle power play right there again. All right, Woolridge and company, Cannon. Good job here. All right, they try to run him again and again. All right, Carlos or Mike Clark, I think, had a little corner stunt on. All right, this fourth down. I mean, they're going to go for it, which I don't blame them for. Run the option. Okay, had a stunt on, had it played anyhow. Force a wild pitch, and we come back in. You know, there's going to be another series right here. We try to put Brent Scott in. Actually,
just one play. This is Denson.
Yeah, Denson. Okay, there you go, Raphael. Put Brent in again, just trying to kind of get it wrapped up. Didn't want to. I told him, hey, don't do anything nutty. Let's don't put yourself under undue pressure. We actually had a run called one other time and end up throwing the ball. Not real sure what happened here, but okay. Here's Raphael Denson. Good guy. He ended up with about 70-something yards, 79 yards, what have you, against a good defensive unit. Gary Gibbs, a good person, good football coach. Got a lot of respect for them and what they're doing down there. 21-6, Oklahoma over Oklahoma State. And again, like I said from the outset, kind of a tough man's game. And we couldn't knock it in when we had to, but hard fought, very competitive, very, very competitive contest.
We'll be back to wrap up the Bedlam game between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State when the Pat Jones Show continues after we take time out for these messages.
Well,
as we look back over the Oklahoma State game, it was a 21-6 Sooner win. But Pat, the team continues to improve. In your assessment, how much has Oklahoma State improved over the season?
Well, I think particularly in the last month, we threw the near miss at Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
They had another near miss thrown at them apparently yesterday by KU, but that was a ball game you could have won. We could have won this ball game here. It would have been harder because, again, OU, I think, is the best defensive football team in this league. And I'm not trying to what-if ourselves, but if we can get that ball in down there, when you've got to if you're going to win one, then we got back down there again, you don't know. Again, I got to credit OU from the standpoint they did not turn the ball over, and that makes it real hard on us. But I think we have gotten better. Again, I consider OU a good football team. I consider Colorado a good football team. Defensively, I think we've played, like I mentioned earlier, I'm getting a little bit greedy about us defensively because I think that we are capable of doing some pretty good things against certain styles of offense. Offensively, hard for it to show real dramatically because we've been playing real good defensively. Colorado's got a good defensive football team. OU is very, very good defensively. Under the circumstances, with the exception of Kenny throwing a couple of interceptions, I thought we did in that type of situation about what you needed to give yourself a chance. Again, we got to get it in when you got fourth and or second goal from the one or what have you. But we've gotten better, Jerry, against a pretty good level of competition. We'll talk a little bit more about K-State when we come back, but I think that's a pretty good credit to these youngsters in that they've gone out there and kept on doing what we've asked them to do and keep on getting better. We've got some deficiencies. I know that only thing that'll cure is good recruiting seasons, which we'll talk about a little bit here later on. But again, we've got some guys that are playing better. Defensively, the four JUCOs, are getting better, and they hadn't been in the program a long time. So again, I think that bodes well for some future stuff. Satterwhite, again, the Mike Clark, Colbert, the three seniors on our defensive unit have had good years, particularly Satterwhite coming off the elbow surgery. But no, we've gotten better, and that's kind of the byword around here. And again, when you had a chance to get your sword broken, probably, and we continue to do the things that you've got to do ultimately to get to where you want to get.
Well, we've wrapped up now the Bedlam football game. We'll be back with Coach's Corner. See what Pat Jones has to say about that in just a minute. Welcome to Coach's Corner. Each week at this time, we present a question to Coach Pat Jones to get his views on what's happening in the world of football. Pat, the recruiting process is underway for next season, for the next 4 seasons, as a matter of fact. Contact can begin with the players on December the 1st. For the first time in 3 years, you got your full complement of 25 scholarships to hand out. I know you can't talk in specific names, but in generalities, what are you looking at as far as recruiting is concerned?
Well, I think a couple of interesting things here, and again, I repeat it, we are so happy. It's like Christmas Day that we've got 25 scholarships to give out, because I think now the real rebuilding starts full bore. Again, we've got a fairly good foundation, some young players in here now, not enough of them, but now we can go out and sign more guys. And again, 5 extra scholarships will affect us very dramatically, not only next year in my opinion, but down the line. So you're really now starting to rebuild. We'll continue to do quite a bit out of the junior college ranks, Jerry, and looking at the youngsters we've got now, the junior college guys, probably the exception of Kelly Yancey, they've all really impacted us. You know, those defensive guys are getting better. We'll probably do more next year, I think, than next year should be the biggest year for us with the junior college guys, as many of them being midterm as we can get in here. That's a process that we have not, it's something we haven't done a lot of, but now is the time. Last year and this year is the time that we need to do this, and then you probably start to wean off of it, because that is an unusual cycle, and you got to get out of it sometime, as much of it as we need to do, if that makes sense. A little bit different, you can only have 7 coaches out on the road,
right?
Even when the contact period starts, including the head coach, so you got to maneuver that around a little bit. We can start talking to guys face-to-face December 1, or when their high school or junior college season is over with. They're still playing, you can't talk to them, but December 1 we can get in there, and I can't wait to get into homes, to get into schools, and to tell our story and not have to make excuses about not going to bowl games and all this kind of stuff, and let's get after it. But that's kind of where, in a nutshell, I think we are right now.
We'll let the recruiting season begin for Oklahoma State and Oklahoma State head football coach Pat Jones. We'll be back to talk about next week and Kansas State University when the Pat Jones Show continues in just a minute. Final game of the season upcoming for Oklahoma State University, and it'll be Kansas State. Pat, they used to be called the Wildcats. They're back to being the Wildcats again.
Well, I think Bill Snyder and those people up there, Jerry, have done a really interesting job with that program. Paul Watson, the quarterback, is really having a good year. I can remember when they signed him, when Stan Parrish was the head coach up there, and Stan had told me, boy, they were really impressed. The guy's highly recruited. I think got down to them in Florida State or something. The guy had some injuries and been a little bit up and down. Has really had a good year, but they've done some interesting things with some junior college players. They had done some interesting things scheduling. Interestingly enough, I think I'm correct in saying this, in 1982, the last time they went to a bowl game, because they're not going to go to a bowl game, as I understand it, this year, because they have not got enough wins against Division I-A opponents. Some of the people they have beaten.
To have 6 wins.
Yeah, which is a little bit different. They play some 1AA folks, but they've gotten their morale up. They've gotten some momentum. They hammered Missouri, 32-0 or something yesterday, and I haven't seen the particulars of it. But I think they've really done a nice job of things. It will not be an easy ball game for us. I think the challenge for us is now you're not getting up for a ranked Colorado or a ranked OU football team, but you've got a good, solid K-State team coming in here. What I was getting back to, in 1982, the last time they went to the Independence Bowl, we beat them up there. Again, this football team, our football team, I think deserves to win one down here. We've played well now. We're going to have to go out there and make it happen. Not just going to go out and say, hey, you're nice guys, you've played hard the last month, and you guys have handled things nicely, and a win's just going to kind of appear for you. I mean, that's not going to be that way. We got to go out there and beat, like you said, a very much improved K-State football team that is playing with enthusiasm, that is real life. They're 3-3 in the league. 6-4, I think, overall. So they've had a nice year, and sure, this would be a milestone for them. We lost a close game up there to them last year when Kenny fumbled in the end zone, ball rolls out, and all this kind of stuff. So again, the challenge is just go play a good football game. We're a little bit beat up, not anything real bad, I don't think.
You mentioned Harmon.
Well, Harmon, I think, has probably got a little bit of a broken bones in his hand. I would imagine, knowing no more than I do right now, that he'll still be able to play. Satterwhite was a little bit sore, but these guys, our people, they'll go practice and play. I mean, they've done that. Now, again, let's get out there and really play a good football game. Last game for the 10 seniors that meant a lot to us. So, hey, let's get after K-State.
Well, it's the final game of the season, Oklahoma State and Kansas State in Lewis Field. Everybody be out for the final game of the season, looking for a Cowboy win. That's it for this week's Pat Jones Show. I'm Jerry Park. Thanks for being with us. See you next week.
The Pat Jones Show.